Do you understand that the word dismantle or police-free also makes some people nervous? For instance, what if in the middle of the night my home is broken into? Who do I call?
Yes, I mean, I hear that loud and clear from a lot of my neighbors. And I know, and myself too, and I know that that comes from a place of privilege. That comes from a place of privilege.
Minneapolis City Council President Lisa Bender says that someone breaking into your house at the middle of the night and even possibly taking your life comes from a place of privilege, so we shouldn't have police. That and more as BLM reveals their grand plan to replace the police with mental health care workers? Hello everyone, this is Mr. Obvious, and today on the internet, we're going to talk about the insanity coming from the left. Now, a lot of these leftists from these democratic states and cities are saying that we should dismantle the police. And here you can see, this woman is actually president of the city council, and she's saying that being able to call the police is a privilege. No, my friend, anybody can call the police. In fact, the police are the first ones you call when someone breaks into your home or threatens your life. And without the police, where would we be? It would be lawlessness and chaos. But I want to show you guys something, okay? This is one thing, but I want to show you BLM's grand plan to stop police. But before that, if you're new to the channel, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell button for notifications for more content. And of course, have you ever felt the call to knighthood? Introducing the new Deus Vult Knight Classic t-shirt and other designs. There's also tote bags, pins, and even stickers. I'll leave links down below in the description. So here we are. Okay, so BLM has recently announced their grand plan to replace the police. You know, we've heard them say a lot, defund the police, get rid of the police, but they haven't really told us how they're going to fix that system. And as you saw on CNN, they're talking absolute nonsense. They actually had that woman on national TV saying that we're going to defund the police. Because you're privileged if you don't want to get murdered in your sleep. Here on the Daily Mail, an end to traffic stops, street outreach teams, unionized sex workers, and burglaries resolved by restorative justice. Restore this dick, LMAO. No, seriously. I want my foreskin back. The vision of BLM activists for how to defund and replace traditional police. Truly, this sounds ingenious. So let's just take a look, folks. Black Lives Matter activists pushing to defund the police have proposed plans to replace officers with social workers, mental health advocates, and homeless charities. I'm sure that'll save us from the criminals. Their chants have called for widespread disbanding of U.S. police departments after the Minneapolis councilors voted to abolish the city's police force in a historic move after days of protests over the killing of George Floyd during an arrest. Okay, now, needless to say, I brought up this point before, but Floyd himself was not a saint. He also had a lot of substances in his system. I think that, once again, the crowd is kind of full of it because every single day, you have these sort of injustices, right? And a lot of times it happens to white individuals, but nobody ever cares when it's a white man. Ever. They never care. Now, I've seen some brutal videos of innocent, unarmed white men who sadly died being arrested by so-called police. Unjust. And no one cares. No one ever cared when it was a white man. So I'm just saying, to me, these protests and these riots and lootings are all hypocritical, and I just find it so darn nonsensical. Now, maybe it was injustice, but like 15 people have died as a result of all of these protests and all of these riots and all these lootings. If your goal was to stop injustice and then you spread and do injustice, well, where is the justice? I don't see it. So this is their grand plan, and they outline it here. Among plans put forward by Black Lives Matter, MPD 150, and other activists to replace the police are mental health providers to attend mental health crisis in place of armed police.
Hands up! Give me your money, bitch!
Please help, I'm being mugged. It's okay, sir. I'm a mental professional. Oh, thank God you're here. He's trying to mug me.
I said, give me the money!
Sure. I need you to calm down. Why don't you tell me how you feel about this mugging? Does it make you a better person? And they continue. Street outreach teams, more shelters, and affordable housing could help solve homelessness and stop the homeless from being criminalized. Now, a lot of people who are homeless are homeless for a reason. You know, some of them choose to be homeless because they don't like society and they just want to be free in their own minds. Traffic stops to be eliminated entirely, with traffic violations dealt with via mail. See, isn't that hilarious? No more traffic stops? Are you insane? Do you understand how many car accidents there's going to be without good traffic control? Community members to attend domestic violence calls to help intervene and establish long-term safety for the individuals. You know what, friends? I've come to this grand realization. This is the end game of the Democratic Party. This is the end game of democracy. Mob rule. That's all this is. Or at least an attempt, and I'm going to tell you this right now, it's not going to work. Specialized physical and emotional support for victims of sexual violence. Now, when you say physical, the legalization of, the reefer to stop incarceration for the, quote, harmless drug. Better handling of drug offenses to stop criminalizing of communities of color. Okay, so, you know what's funny? They're saying we need better handling of drug offenses because this disproportionately impacts the communities of color. Aren't you basically just saying that communities of color have a drug problem? Decriminalization of sex work and formation of independent union to ensure that individuals have insurance, childcare, and safety precautions. Well, I'm on the fence about this one. I'm not going to say anything. I abstain from an opinion. Restorative justice. Meetings between the victim and the offender to be used with property crimes such as theft and burglary. Say you're sorry. You stole his flat screen TV. Now kiss and make up. Yeah, so that's about the stupidest thing I've ever heard. We're going to sit you with the criminal who stole your shit or hurt your family, and we're going to ask you two to work it out. Like, are these... it's just, I know... Ooh... It's just human stupidity, my friends. Like, there are a lot of times when I feel like I vastly overestimate the intelligence of a lot of groups out there. How could you be so moronic as to actually believe this? That any of this will work? Maybe like a couple things out of this list, but I gotta be honest. Wow. But these people are determined to make it happen. Lisa Bender, president of the Minneapolis City Council, told CNN yesterday, I just stood with a total of 9 members of the Minneapolis City Council, and we are committed to dismantling policing as we know it in the city of Minneapolis and rebuild our community with a new model of public safety that actually keeps our community safe. So let's get this straight, folks. Democrats and these extremely far leftists, not only are they saying that, we don't think that Americans should be able to own guns. They don't need to defend themselves. After all, they can just call the police. While also saying, we're going to get rid of the police. It's called doublethink, right? Not only are they advocating that people lose their gun rights, they're advocating that people lose the police. In other words, who the hell's going to protect anybody? Nobody. That's who. Crimes will happen every day. It'll be chaos, fires, burning, anarchy. Anarchy. I think these people are too stupid to know the consequences of what they're advocating for. And part of me hopes that the police just quit. The police just resign and leave these people to suffer. And then, when there's madness and chaos on the streets, what are they going to do? They're going to come crawling back, begging the police to return and save them. So maybe, just maybe, this is kind of a good thing. Let them suffer under their own idiocy. So what they're really talking about is redistribution of the wealth as well. They say, quote, in the past, I've supported and attempted to, and sometimes successfully moved funding out of the police department into community-based safety strategies. So, a lot of these areas, not only are they controlled by Democrats, A lot of these Democrat-run cities and communities are rampant with crime. So do you really think that taking money away from the police is going to make crime less? No, it's going to make crime more. But that, my friends, is the insane strategy of BLM and the Democratic left in this country. Insane, isn't it? Let's take a quick look at the comments to finish off this story. GOAP says, looters, robbers, thieves, loving this. So, Tavisman asks a really, really pertinent question. What actually is the IQ of some of these people? Probably in the double digits. Yeah, so at a certain point, you just gotta wonder, how smart are these people advocating for these stupid things? I mean, these are politicians. Do they actually believe the bullshit that's coming out of their mouths? I mean, there's so much you could use it as fertilizer. You could end world hunger. DF126T says, police protection is paid by citizens' taxes. If police is to be abolished, the taxes must be refunded and reduced. They cannot be redirected to the next loony project. Okay. This isn't, yeah. That's pretty much it. They should give us back the money. But you know what, my friends? That's pretty much the story. These people are insane. Their plan to defund the police, abolish the police, and replace it with mental health care? Really? That's not going to stop you from getting mugged. And let me tell you this. The right to not be murdered in your sleep is not a privilege. And first of all, that argument is so stupid. It's like the argument a 10-year-old would make. Well, some people don't feel safe with the police. Therefore, the solution is to make everyone unsafe. Only then will everyone finally be equal. Please. Literally idiotic. But that's merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about this story? I am just flabbergasted at the insanity. But let me know what you think down below in the comment section. As always, if you want to support the work I do, you can join me on Patreon or Subscribestar. You can join for as low as $1, and doing so will give you access to a private Discord server where you can reach me directly and send me news tips. If you want to donate, there's DonorBox and Bitcoin. Links are down below. But if that's not your style, I've also got some merch. Check out the merch link in the description. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, guys. And if you live in one of these areas, you might want to leave. You might want to move. It might be something to think about. I'll see you all next time.